As we delve into the leadership of the economic freedom fighters, one name that stands out is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Known for his eloquence and intellect, Ndlozi has been a vital voice within the EFF.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member.
I'm worried that this minister that we pay so much, Minister Maite Maite, she's sleeping in Parliament, and with that position, she's going to fall. And the minister would have fallen. She's still sleeping.
Honorable Member.
She's still, I don't know, what's happening?
That's not a point of order. Take your seat.
No. The minister is sleeping. You can't say that's not a point of order.
No, Josie,
are you condoning people sleeping now?
Josie,
we must come to sleep here in Parliament.
Honorable Self, proceed.
We pay you. Don't sleep here. Hey, man. We're busy debating. You are sleeping. You are a sleepist. You think we're sleepists
Take your
here?
seat. Hey, Honorable Member. Take your seat.
Order, Deputy Speaker. Order, Deputy Speaker. Order.
What's your order?
You can't call an honorable member. Hey, now. This is not a case here.
Honorable Member, take your seat. Take your seat.
You must not be emotional, Chief.
Take your seat, Honorable Members. Honorable Members, can you be in order? Please, let's allow the Honorable Member to speak. Honorable Minister, why are you rising?
No, I want to understand what this young boy is talking to.
No, Honorable Minister, that's not a point of order.
I want to respond to this young man.
No, take your seat, Honorable Minister. You can't
Minister, you must sleep and we must keep quiet. No.
Honorable Member.
Decency to admit when you are wrong. You are sleeping.
Honorable Minister.
You are sleeping on duty.
Honorable Members.
You are sleeping on duty.
Order. Honorable Ndlozi, order. Honorable Members. Honorable Self, please proceed.
Greetings, my fellow African brothers and sisters. Welcome to Inkari. It's time. And I'm Kondus, your host. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, often referred to as People's Bay, has been a significant figure in South African politics since the inception of the EFF. Born on May 9, 1985 in Johannesburg, Ndlozi's journey in politics is marked by his academic prowess and passionate advocacy for social justice.
I'm speaking for
Honorable members, you will not hold this sitting to ransom.
I'm not trying to do that.
We want to continue with the business of the day.
Can you just hear me out,
please? Take your seat.
Honorable House Chairperson, I'm rising on a point of order. It has nothing to do with what has been said.
What is your point of order?
Thank you very much. First of all, those two people there at the door don't belong in the house. Those two people there must leave the house. Give that order. Everybody that is in here must have this card and must have been sworn in terms of his oath of office. Those guys must leave the house. They don't belong in the house. They're in the bridge of the... Even the justices are sitting on the other side. The justices are sitting on the other side. We've got two people there. I don't know them. I didn't vet them. This is my house. They must leave. Those two people there. That's number one. I don't know them. Do you know them? You look shocked, Evie, but you say this is your house. There are two guys standing there. Who are they? Do they have this? They must go. That's the first point of order, Honorable Chairperson of the NCOP. The second thing is a fundamental mistake here. We are all first and foremost citizens of South Africa, and we are not allowed, according to the Constitution, to stand for any office if we have a criminal record. The Constitutional Court, it doesn't matter whether it's NCOP, it doesn't matter whether it's legislature, even a council of councillors in a township are not allowed to hold public office if they are found to have been in breach of the Constitution. If you want to listen to a person that has breached the Constitution, go do it elsewhere. Somewhere in the prisons there, where criminals speak. I have a duty, together with other members of parliament who have taken an oath of office, to protect this house in terms of the Constitution. Mr. Zuma, please leave. Baba, please leave. You don't belong here. You are a constitutional delinquent. You have to leave. then we can proceed with the business of the House. I'm sure each and every one of us are competent to can deliberate on the state of the nation. But Mr. Zuma is a delinquent. He breached the Constitution. He doesn't belong in it. It is him that should leave, not us. You are wrong not to protect us. You're protecting him to stay here as a constitutional, as a criminal.
You are not making a point of order.
It is a point of order.
It is no longer
How
a
do you
point of
call this
order.
house in session when people
speech.
have invaded? Mr. Zuma together with those two guys, they don't belong in here.
Honorable
He's
Ndlozi,
a criminal and they
your
must
seat.
leave.
Honorable Ndlozi, take your seat.
Ndlozi holds a PhD in political studies from Wits University, where his research focused on the role of youth in contemporary South African politics. His academic background provides a strong foundation for his political work, blending theory with practical activism.
To unemployment, you've got to look into the continent for the selling of those products. And this has been the saddest thing in these elections, is the amount of money white monopoly capital has dedicated to a plethora of outfits, of political parties, huge amounts of money, millions that have been poured by them because they are scared of change. I mean, so we've got to obviously make a fundamental distinction between immigration and regional integration. We will never wake up in the morning and say, treat visitors badly. That doesn't mean people should abuse the generosity of the South African spirit. Whether you come from Nigeria, whether you come from Pakistan, if you bring nonsense into South Africa, the EFF government will be the toughest on crime. It also doesn't mean that there mustn't be documentation of migrants, of immigrants. There should be, because otherwise how would you administer a country if you don't know who is in the country? But that is separate from the question of regional integration. All the water that we drink here in Johannesburg comes from outside the country. We've got huge electricity problems. The biggest solutions to that are immediately in Mozambique. But I'm saying that from an economic developmental point of view, you wouldn't want to develop in isolation. You won't be successful. And that particular position has been abused by many people in these liberal right-wing outfits to try and discredit the EFF. South African people should know that we're not part of that nonsense of, irresponsibly opening the borders, encouraging undocumentation. We will document people. Regional integration is going to be gradual with the consent of other peoples of the continent, with the consent of other governments of the continent, which is important because if there are centralized database systems, Leanne, you won't commit a crime in South Africa and run to Mozambique. If there is regional cooperation, we've got access to whoever it is in the continent, their DNA and so on and so forth. You can't mess up with the hope that you will go somewhere and not be found. That's what's important. It is in the interest of the stability of South Africa, it's in the interest of the economic success of South Africa that there is a proper regional economic and trade strategy that all of us as the continent work together to achieve.
So,
In 2013, Ndlozi became one of the founding members of the EFF. His role as the party's first national spokesperson saw him become the face and voice of the EFF, articulating the party's positions with clarity and conviction. His eloquence and ability to engage with both the media and the public have been crucial in shaping the EFF's image.
People who are at the center, as you know, of white supremacy is the fear for equality. White people, because of generations and generations of having been privileged, of having been used to the situation of being superior to black people, fear the day when they will truly, in terms of the resources of this country, represent 7%. This discourse mobilizes black people, for an example, to focus on the crumbs that fall from the master's table, focus on 2% of the economy, leave the mines, leave the banks, leave the farms, in the hands of a minority in the country, and a minority of which remains white. That's what the Doomsday Coalition really represents, is the Swart and the Rooi Gevaar. They are basically taking their script from the old apartheid days of being scared of liberation, of being scared of economic proposals that are trying to have the minds work for the benefit of all, trying to work the land to be in the benefit of all. That's what the Doomsday Coalition, and anybody who votes them, that's why all of them will not see anything wrong with the actions of the apartheid state of Israel and its devastation of Palestinian people. That's why most of them won't see anything wrong with that. We would, because we know what it feels to live in a racially segregated society, to live in a society where you are hated just by appearance, and where you can be devastated with violence without anybody coming into your rescue in the world. That's what that Rescue South Africa outfit it's about. It's taking its script from the apartheid days, when the apartheid government used to be scared of a democracy.
Ndlovu's speeches in parliament and at public rallies are renowned for their passion and incisiveness. He has been a relentless critic of corruption and inequality, often challenging established norms and advocating for radical economic transformation.
There's very little understanding in the country, I think across the world as well, about what we mean on these revolutions or industrial revolutions. For clarity, so that we know we're on the same page, can you say what are the first 3 industrial revolutions? And 2, calm down. And 2, how will Speaker, can I be protected?
You are protected.
Because I can't hear myself. Honorable Ginger is
Order, please get to your question in that.
How will disrupting me, Speaker?
You are protected. Please proceed.
How will nanotechnology affect medical diagnosis? Thank you.
Deputy President.
In terms of the first, the second, and the third industrial revolution, probably that's a new question. Because the question it's intended, it's looking at the 4th industrial revolution. Now you're taking me back to the feudal way of doing things. I must take you, we must start from the 1st industrial revolution, come to the 3rd industrial revolution. That will take us a long time. And I'm prepared if a new question is asked to explain all these industrial revolutions up to the 4th industrial revolution. And I'm not very sure as a country whether we are in the 3rd industrial revolution or whether the 2nd industrial revolution. Now, the 4th industrial revolution, in the main, is characterized by the introduction of information technology. An easier way of doing business, the introduction of robotics in our industrialization process to enhance our competitiveness. But in the main, our 4th industrial revolution seeks to improve the way we are doing business as a country, so that we can be faster, we can be more competitive. That's how I can define it. Now, with regards to the 1st and the 2nd and the 3rd, that's a new question which we can explain.
Madam Speaker, on a point of order.
You are recognized.
I think the Deputy President needs to phone a friend.
That's not a point of order. Deputy President, are you done?
I'm done.
The Honorable Tsebekulu.
Speaker.
Are you on a point of order, Honorable?
Something like that.
Yes.
There's no something like
Point
that.
of order.
Yes.
What is your point of order?
I really want to impress upon you, Deputy President. Do not come to Parliament to speak about the things when you don't understand them. It's wrong.
Yes.
please go take time to understand these revolutions because they are upon us as a country. And if we are not prepared, particularly on the understanding of the leadership, then you cannot lead us.
Honorable Ndlozi.
So I really want to impress upon you humbly, go
Honorable
and understand these revolutions and what the fourth industrial revolution entails and how it's going to affect us, particularly nanotechnology.
Honorable Ndlozi, thank you very much. That was on.
Ndlozi has consistently pushed for policies that addresses the economic disparities in South Africa. He is a staunch supporter of land exploitation without compensation, free education, and the nationalization of key industries. His commitment to these causes has earned him respect and admiration among EFF supporters. Beyond his role in parliament, Ndlozi is also deeply involved in grassroots activism. He has participated in numerous community projects aiming to uplift and empower marginalized communities through education and economic opportunities. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's contribution to the EFF and the South African politics are significant. His intellectual rigor and an unwavering commitment to social justice make him a pivotal figure in the party's leadership. As the EFF prepares for the upcoming election, Ndlozi's influence will undoubtedly play a crucial role in shaping its future direction.
I would like to proceed. I would like to proceed.
Magogo Mbete, sicela usilalele. We did not send you to the Constitutional Court to represent Parliament. We did not sit here and take a resolution that you must oppose that particular application in Parliament. If you asked us, if you had the decency to ask us of our opinion, we could have told you we are going to win, and therefore you must suga endleleni so that it can be Jacob Gedleyihlekisa delinquent Zuma, so that he can pay back the money that he spent in Nkandla. So you are illegitimate. There is no other way. It's a question of conscience. It's a question of the ruling. It's not a question as well of the rules that we have here. It's that you lack judgment. You're a constitutional illiterate. You can't understand. Even at the press conference, you continued to embarrass everything that we represent in this house. Let somebody competent who has shown competence approach, step down. You'll come back on other business that is not so important in relation to the removal of the president. We want to remove Zuma today. Please step down.
And are on the ground in crime hotspots across the West.
Honorable Manier, please take your seat. What's point of order you said?
Point of order. Are we in an auction here? Honorable member.
That is not a point of order.
Point of order. Are you okay?
Can I just say that this doctor has got a woman, so let's just control ourselves.
But wait, until it is official with that woman, he is still available.
No. You can't push those agendas.
It's fine, guys. I'll give the land back. You can have everything. Okay, so, wow. Sorry. So don't look at me like that. All right. So those words that we're playing on the song now, right? Those were your words quoted in Parliament when you were referring to our former president Jacob Zuma. What is it doing? As Ubabaka Duduzane. Did they pay you royalties?
No, a medical student at Vets who is not really...
We're not talking to anyone.
So you're not talking to anyone?
We're spending 100% of the time talking to South Africans because we believe that on the menu, on the ballot, only the EFF presents a solution.
So a vote for the EFF is a vote for the EFF, not for the EFF.
It's a vote for the land, it's a vote for jobs, it's a vote for the end of load shedding, it's a vote for economic freedom in our lifetime.
Okay, so that's what
we're not trying to say. Some people get out of the NC, they say vote for me so I can save the NC. Some people are saying, oh please, we want to save you from the EFF. We're the only ones who are trying to save South Africa and exhume it out of economic devastation. A vote for the EFF is a vote for economic freedom in our lifetime.
Because they're all of this. Are you open to going into coalitions with anybody?
No.
No, you're expecting outright
Our
win.
position, we do not, are not going to put the cart before the horse. Our position to South Africans is you don't need a coalition government. You need an economic freedom government. You need a government that is going to, on the 30th of May, after the elections results are declared, it's going to hit the ground running to resolve your water problems, to resolve your electricity problems, your landlessness, your unemployment, and high levels of crime. You need a government that is not going to waste time trying to convince each other of the agenda. You need so you don't vote for anybody else on the 29th of May. All the 3 ballots, please give them to the EFF. Just look for red, and next to it put a cross. Calvary, the cross. That's where the liberation of our people is.
Yeah.
We are not in a coalition with anyone, going to the polls. We're not in an alliance we're not working with anyone. Our commitment is to work with South Africans to make this country finally a place of economic freedom in our lifetime.
So from 10% in 2019, you're above 50% this year. Is that what you're looking at?
That's what we're fighting for.
Okay.
Where
But
was
in
the
your mind,
ANC
you
in
believe you're gonna
94?
get that.
Where
You
was the
believe that.
ANC before 94? They had to be ambitious. There was PAC, there was all types of outfits, IFP, everything. They went for total victory. We're not going to be convinced, mobilized that we must hold back on this part and that part of the country because so-and-so is strong there. No, we're everywhere. The EFF is contesting each and every single voting station. We will be there. You will find us on the ballot. Give the EFF a chance.
Stay tuned for more profiles of the EFF leadership and their impact on the political landscape. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the key figures shaping the future of South African politics. Thanks for watching.